Paul, well done. It had the feel of a really important game, and your team have delivered a big result. How are you feeling?
Honestly, relieved more than anything, because we were 2-0 up. Never, maybe like my own thing, but never feel comfortable. Gave away a poor goal. Realistically, can't leave a player unmarked in the area, as we did. But we knew Port Vale would come at us, even when it was 1-0. You know, they had a response first half, second half, said we expected it, and then we got us the second goal, and you know that they're not just going to give up. But certainly we made the end of the game more nervous than it should have been, really. So I don't think that we gave sort of too many chances from a lot of things, but I have to say Marco made maybe 3 really big saves from memory that was credit to why we went in at the break 1-0 up as well.
Yeah, he was very impressive, wasn't he, on his return from injury?
Yeah, and you know, I think you probably know better than me, but he's done very well since I've come to the club. An experienced keeper, and seems to enjoy the big moments, and he delivered some of those for us today.
We spoke before the game about how it would be nice to make a bright start, a positive start, and you've done that again, a bit like the Reading game a few weeks ago, taking the lead so early on with that goal from Dan Udo.
Yeah, seems a long time ago, but again a nice one because it's something that we clearly worked on and had identified, and I have to say it's still got to be executed correctly. People have to remember, which is annoying because you walk through it, you write it up and they sometimes still forget, but they didn't today. Great ball in from Mal, and then from where I was, I thought it had gone in, but I wasn't quite sure. There seemed to be a bit of a delayed reaction from near enough everyone, and then saw Dan wheel off, thought, oh, it has gone in. And then we have another set play that we looked at, and again we get Shea free round the back. So we looked a threat on those in those situations. We know you're going to have to defend here because of the long throws that Dan has and Deborah. So we know that we're going to be plenty of time it's going to go in his box, and you know, I think we got us head to quite a lot of things in that situation, but it's always like makes it nervous on the touchline. And
a good start to the second half as well, with Tom Bloxham doubling the advantage. Good finish as well. Pretty instinctive finish, that one for Tom, did you think?
Yeah, pretty good. Again, it was dropping to the edge of the box, which we spoke about maybe being free, but I don't think Winnie quite got the sort of flight of the ball that quickly, but he ended up getting there and kind of toe poked it, and thankfully, you know, it went in a good direction to Tom and he swept it home. And then my first thing was to look at the assistant, because I think he had one choked off at home from a similar-ish sort of position. So thankfully the flag stayed down.
Vale did get one back, but what about how your team negotiated the final 20-25 minutes to ensure you go home with all 3 points?
Well, I thought they did okay. Can always do things better. One thing I would say, you know, we know it's a big pitch here. It's a heavy pitch. Took a lot out of some players. You know, I'm looking at fitness levels. You know, I don't think I'm being too unkind. They're not where I'd want them to be, and haven't been. The biggest thing now is for the lads to recover. We've got to do all we can. You know, they've got to do all they can as individuals. We'll try and look after them the best we can in terms of Monday and into Tuesday, because we said it's a big week for us. It's got off to a fantastic start. Can we try and back that result up with picking up, you know, ideally a win, but certainly something from the game on Tuesday night.
Cole Winchester, who seemed to be everywhere today, didn't seem to be moving too well when he came off towards the end. Jack Hinchy came off just after the Tom Bloxham goal.
Yeah.
Is he okay? Was that tactical?
Yeah, that was tactical. Just felt that we needed a little bit more or chances of getting second balls in there. We weren't getting on the ball loads to play. I think we had some good moments, especially down the left-hand side in the first half, probably where a lot of our play does come. But then you just get a little bit frantic, a big sort of second ball game, and I just thought that, you know, TP might give us a little bit more in that area.
And again, the scene to the end, you can see how much it meant to the away supporters, more than 1,100 of them here today, enjoying the moment.
Yeah, Like I said, a bit of relief, and it's not lost on me how big a win it is because of the league table, but also because it's against a local rivalry. I haven't won here very often in certain recent years, certainly, and I know what it'll mean to those fans to get the sort of bragging rights for a little while. It keeps some distance between us and Port Vale, a couple of games in hand on us. And looking at other results, not gone too bad. Still a long way to go, but it's another 3 points towards where we want to get to. And I'm sure a lot of teams today would have probably preferred it if Port Vale had won.
7 points clear now of the bottom four. That, I know there's still a lot of work still to be put in, but obviously preferable to being 4 points clear as you were at start of play today.
Yeah. Not very often that is stating the obvious there. Yeah, it was. Look, there is still a long way to go, and we, a bit like when we won at Reading, we said it, and we didn't manage to back that, really good win up with any points in the next couple of games. We've got that today. Got 2 home games coming up, strangely, and again, I don't think any specific reason. We've been better away from home since I've returned. It'd be nice to get that first victory back at home in front of his own fans, and we've got 2 opportunities to do that, starting with Exeter on Tuesday.